A very powerful image yesterday to see a guy suspected of such heinous crimes being attended to by EMTs and given all of his rights, all the rights he's entitled to as a U.S. citizen. Another reminder of how great this country is, in my opinion. In America, we even treat bad guys with dignity. Trump, however, lamenting the treatment given to Rahami. He even suggests we maybe should treat him as an enemy combatant.
He will be taken care of by some of the best doctors in the world. He will be given a fully modern and updated hospital room. And he'll probably even have room service, knowing the way our country is. Congress should pass measures to ensure that foreign enemy combatants are treated as such. These are enemies, these are combatants.
You hear the same thing from Senator Graham of South Carolina, and basically the distinction is here, if he's treated as an enemy combatant, Greg, then he has no Miranda rights and no right to counsel, no lawyer.
Yeah, well, first, Trump is really like the guy at the bar or the bartender. Absolutely. This is exactly what if you go into a place, this is exactly what you're going to hear. And it's like, this is crazy. Why are we treating him? Now, obviously, we give him the medical care because we want him to survive so we can get info out of him. We don't want him to die. We want to protect him so that we can use him. We're using him.
So we can drain him.
Yeah, we can drain him dry, and then we'll kill him. But I agree. I agree, though, that you with Trump and with Graham, Senator Graham, that you should lose your rights. You know, when Islamism declares that the world is a battlefield, it is no longer up to our idealism to dictate response. Once you go jihadist, you forfeit your status as a citizen. This is a new world. It's not the same world anymore.
Well, not only that, the Boston police chief agrees with Greg and agrees with Trump. He said we delayed the reading of Miranda rights to the Zarniev brothers because we had to get the most information as quickly as possible to stop the next attack. And I would argue that it's the same thing here. There's an urgency. Not deny, delay. Why not look at him and who he is and understand that all of us, especially was on 23rd, 10 blocks away. You can say it's personal. All of us are somewhat at risk.
But as I understand it, he has not been read his Miranda rights yet. He's been charged locally, but he has not faced yet any federal charges.
I understand it's because of his medical condition that he has not been lawyered up yet, but it's been no legal decision yet.
That's smart.
That's the key. Now, Judge Napolitano, Dana, says he has constitutional rights. He's an American citizen.
That's right.
What do you say?
Well, I mean, when we had a big battle here in this country after Ed Snowden released all the nation's secrets, and it was a question of privacy and American citizens should not be spied upon. They should not do this or that. He is, whether we like it or not, he is an American citizen. Mm-hmm. And one of the reasons that we treat him at the hospital is because it's another part of just who we are as an exceptional nation. So we are a nation of laws, and that's why I do it. And also at a hospital, the reason you get room service is because you're strapped to a bed and you can't get food to yourself.
To the vending machine down the hall?
But like, it's,
Take a change of $1.
And go down to the cafeteria, like when you're up and able to walk around. But I don't think we would want that. Like right now, I think staying in his room is probably the best thing.
My goodness.
So
he can get some of that, the family restaurant, the chicken.
Hey, Senator Graham said something really interesting. Kimberly, he said you can first designate him as an enemy combatant and then try him as a civilian. Would that work?
Well, I mean, it's definitely one approach. You can try it, right? It can always come back on appeal. But nevertheless, you brought up something else, too, in terms of the exigent circumstances, public safety. When you have someone, and there's clear and compelling, I think, convincing evidence. Oh, my God. You have a bomb in Jersey. You've got multiple different sites with explosive devices, IEDs. I mean, give me a break. You have an obligation to keep the public safe. So whether you're an American citizen or not, then you would be able to go in to say, let me see if I can sit you down and get some information and appeal to you, you know, as a family person, at this, anything you do to try to be able to get information, or does he have someone else that he's working with? Like Dana said, and Catherine Herridge said, it becomes very apparent that he wasn't just a solo actor.
He may be the leader.
Who else is out? Perhaps. Exactly. But who else? And by the way,
they really can't
who else is he influenced?
I don't think
who else is
he could have been the guy that they just
brought in or
used.
radicalized?
They could have
just been the guy that they used. They put him out there. He's not the leader, but he's the guy that gets caught first.
But the other thing we didn't talk about, we don't have time for, but I'll just make the quick point, it's the domestic violence connection to the women, and that it's repeated in these instances.
But
also
the anti-gay thing is important because the left prefers to focus on the homophobia of Christians. You know, they don't want to bake a cake, and that's horrible. But they can no longer escape the hypocrisy of not facing the anti-gay element of Islamism. It's cowardice to go after the Christians and not go after Islamism.
Let me emphasize your point that he apparently told his ex-wife now that he was appalled at the presence of homosexuality in the United States, but he said there's no homosexuality in Afghanistan.